the Colts have a pretty lengthy injury list, especially after that little mini bye you had after the Thursday night game versus the Denver Broncos. 12-9, it was a gritty game. It was a tough game. There were a lot of guys that went down, and there was a lot of trench play. So let's go through these guys. Let me know what you think. Will these guys be back? Will this report look better? Who will play next week? And just my thoughts for the rest of the week on these guys for the injuries. So cornerback Tony Brown, concussion. We know how the concussion protocol goes. It's going to take a little while. We're going to give him a few days, and he's going to be tested with limited participant, then see if we go full. I'm expecting him to be out this week, most likely. Stephon Gilmore, he's just resting. Don't worry too much there. Eric Johnson with an illness. Stinks. Johnson is a nice rotational piece. Ryan Kelly with the hip. I think Ryan Kelly will play. I think it's going to get better throughout the week. He did miss the Thursday night game, and if he misses again, if Pinner's there, I'm not going to have an issue with it because, the offensive line actually looked a little better with Pinner there. And, just a little better. Not, a lot, but it looked a little better. I don't like Pinner at guard. He's much better at center because he can get more leverage for how low he has to be to snap that ball. But I think Pinner is an okay center. The offensive line was immediately better. The communication was better with him in there. But Ryan Kelly, I'm not too sure what the extent of this injury is. As I've said multiple times when talking about injuries, the Colts don't really release a lot of information, very hush about it. So really difficult to put a timestamp on a lot of these injuries unless you really know what's going on. So linebacker Shaquille Leonard's concussion, nose and back. I'm not expecting Shaquille Leonard to play again this week. I know it's a broken nose. It's going to keep him out another week at least. The concussion, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if the did not practice was more for the concussion or the nose. Maybe he has to log a limited participant and then a full before the concussion before he's cleared the protocol. So it's concussion and the nose probably. It's probably both. Then Unique Ngakoue, just resting. Good to hear. Kwity Paye, this was very expected. He has that high ankle sprain. He's expected to be out for at least 2 to 3 weeks. In my opinion, at least 2 weeks. 3 weeks I think is more realistic. Then you have Jonathan Taylor, did not practice the ankle. He has a high ankle sprain too. I don't expect him to play this week. Julian Blackmon is limited. I expect Julian Blackmon to play this week. I expect him to be on a pitch count and it'd be questionable, but I think he will play, just not a lot of snaps. Nyheim Hines, Nyheim Hines and Tyquan Lewis were both limited participants with the concussions. We'll see if they log the full participant tomorrow, the full practice, and they don't have an issue. They clear the protocol. Quentin Nelson was listed under ankle, shoulder as full. So the report really isn't as bad as it looks. I expect Nyheim Hines and Tyquan Lewis to be back. I expect Julian Blackmon to be back on limited snaps, though. I don't expect Jonathan Taylor or Kwity Paye to be back. I don't expect Shaquille Leonard to be back. I don't know about Kelly because, like I said, they don't really talk about the injuries too much, so it's hard to say. Eric Johnson, I expect him to be fine. It's an illness. I'm sure he'll get over it by game day. Stephon Gilmore just rest. Tony Brown concussion. So really, the report doesn't look as bad. If you just take a glance at it, it looks bad. If you look through it and you understand injuries a little bit, which I just helped you guys if you don't, you'll come to realize that it's not terrible. It's going to look a lot better by the end of the week, and hopefully we get some of our good players back in Nyheim Hines, Tyquan Lewis. Hopefully we get Tyquan Lewis back, especially with Kwity Paye being out. Tyquan Lewis is a good all-around player. Kwity Paye, he's a good player. He's an amazing player. It sucks to see him go out. He's a really good asset in the run game. He's limited as a pass rusher, it seems, but he's still getting pressure. He's still getting in there. Just not a crazy amount, but nonetheless, you saw when he went out how bad that run defense got. What else here? I think that's really it to talk about. Julian Blackmon has had the high ankle sprain as well, I believe. So I expect him to be back this week, and I don't expect Taylor or Kwity Paye to be back. But that's all I got for you guys today. That's the injury report for Wednesday, Week 6 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars in Indianapolis. Actually going to the game. So if one of y'all are watching this late in the video and y'all want to meet up, let me know. I love to meet some of you guys at the game. And this is JDW signing off.